Well, thank you, Jerry, for joining us today. I'm not sure if uh, we're happy to have you here, and as Mark said initially, this is definitely something we would prefer to do in person, but we're glad to have you here today.
Yeah, thank you, Daryl. I'm really glad to be here, and it's hard looking at the screen. I see so many of my friends. I have to say that, well, I don't see Mohan right now, but in meetings, I'm used to seeing Mohan floating on a pool. And then I do have to give a shout out to Rubric. I love the book. Thank you. That's great. And but again, I see so many friends here that I really wish I could be there. And I hope we do get together soon, because I'd really like to see all of you. So thank you for inviting me to participate in today's meeting. I just want to take a few minutes to give you some updates on the projects and initiatives underway at TXCPA. So anytime I speak with a chapter, I like to share with them a quick look at how they fit into the statewide membership puzzle. Our membership number at the end of the fiscal year will sit closer to 28,000. The 25,000 you see here is in line with prior years at the same time of year. So we pick up new members in the spring following our membership drops in the fall. You'll see here that Houston remains a strong and healthy chapter, and we are fortunate to have great representation from your chapter on several state committees and on our executive board, and it's a pleasure to hear about all the great work you are doing on behalf of the profession. Houston, you guys are such a leader in the state. It's really a privilege for me to be in this position with such great leadership and members that are in your chapter, and you really provide so much leadership to our state, and I really appreciate that. So if we look back to the same time last year, I would guess that many of us are doing our work differently, and not just a little bit differently. Some of our organizations have had to completely change how they do business, while some were positioned and prepared to leverage technology and respond quickly when needed. So our membership is diverse, and members' needs are diverse. This last year has been a roller coaster ride. TXCPA has relied on our guiding principle to ensure organizational flexibility that allows us to adapt and respond. The Society and your chapter have been focused on helping you stay informed and connected while maintaining our role as a trusted resource for you. So today I'll take you through some of the developments that are happening at TXCPA, and I think you'll see reflected in our current work a response to the environment we're in and the desire to stay on top of our members' needs. One thing that the Society has been working on this year is the adoption and implementation of our new strategic plan. And I have to really thank Ben Samiski, because he has been the driving force behind the strategic plan. And I know he's doing the same thing for your chapter. He is just such a leader, and we're so lucky to have him on here. So our 2020 to 2024 strategic plan goals were approved by the executive board in August. At the core of the plan are our mission, our vision, and our statement on diversity, equity, inclusion, and belonging. And you'll see all these at the top of this slide. The only new item here is our diversity statement. So many of you may know that we have had a diversity statement at TXCPA for about 11 years. The current statement was in need of review and updating, and our Diversity and Inclusion Committee helped us come to this newly adopted statement that you see here. And that this year, they have really been a very active committee, and I've had the privilege of being able to attend some of their meetings, and there's some great input there. Additionally, our plan continues to be structured with 4 guiding principles that are on the left and the strategic pillars on the right. These all carried over from our previous plan, with the exception of a slight edit to expand the leadership guiding principle to also reflect a commitment to inclusion. Our guiding principles are leverage and lead in technology, foster inclusive leaders, exhibit organizational flexibility, and connect members and resources. While our strategic pillars are community and connection, professional excellence, and advocacy. New in this strategic plan is a defined strategic destination to be a unified, influential, and adaptive association driven by technology to deliver customized value and service to our ever-evolving accounting profession. This strategic direction helps us keep the work we do aligned to the goals that we are hoping to achieve. And that brings me to the three new goals for this strategic plan. And you'll see them here, and we'll talk a little bit about each one next. Our first goal is centered around governance items. Organize the society's governance and chapter affiliations to design an adaptable and unified structure that will act as a catalyst for growth and strengthening operations. You'll see here you'll see three objectives here that help guide the work under this goal. Objective 1 is about clarifying chapter and state roles so we can continue to work efficiently. Objective 2 looks at the structure of our 501c3 entities and the possibility of aligning those to increase efficiencies. Objective 3 is focused on the roles of the executive board and the board of directors to be sure that we are working effectively and have the ability to be nimble and adaptive. And one of the things about governance, we created a new governance committee to help us deal with some of these issues. And Stephen Parker, former chair and former chair of your chapter, has been the chair of that committee. So Stephen has given a lot of time and energy to helping us get all that. So goal 2 is about technology. Acquire or leverage technology platforms to customize and expand the delivery of education and member value. The first objective here looks at the potential opportunities to provide technology support to members, a need that has grown exponentially in this more virtual environment. The second objective focuses on our internal data capabilities and ensuring we are leveraging the right platforms to help us deliver the best service and support to our members. The third objective has us exploring a custom subscription-based membership option to allow members to tailor their membership experience to their needs and thereby increase our relevance, recruitment, and retention. And our third goal looks at opportunities for growth. We're looking to broaden member categories to reflect the evolving profession and identify complementary organizations to partner or affiliate with for expanded service capabilities. Objective 1 is about taking a look at our existing membership categories and making sure that we are reflective of the evolving profession. Objectives 2 and 3 are related. Both are focused on expanding our reach and visibility by partnering with like-minded organizations with a goal of working together to provide greater value to members. Aside from the 3 big goals that the society is focused on, we have several initiatives that are part of the work we do to connect, protect, and advance our members. Now, I'll give you some quick updates on a few of these. First up, the programs under our community and connection pillar. We are always working on feeding the CPA pipeline and engaging with the next generation of CPAs. You'll see here that we have outreach plan to offer virtual visits from CPAs for high schools and colleges across Texas. Our CPA Advantage campaigns also include digital ads that are focused on promoting the CPA career to those who search for details online or visit related pages on the internet. In membership, acquisition and member retention are year-round activities. Our team and the chapters are always looking for opportunities to grow membership and bring more CPAs into our community. We also have special communications and programs aimed at engaging new licensees so they will see TXCPA as their professional home throughout their careers. New this year is free membership for students. We see this as a great opportunity to build relationships with students and help them navigate the pathway to CPA. And finally, our group billing program continues to grow and provide a simpler membership opportunity for firms and companies across Texas. In the area of professional excellence, the current environment has accelerated our need to provide even more virtual learning opportunities. Hopefully you've benefited from some of the programs that were developed and launched in response to the pandemic and the relief legislation. These efforts continue from both TXCPA and the chapters. Members are learning differently, and we're working hard to design programs that fit their ever-changing needs. And finally, under our advocacy pillar falls the work that we're gearing up to do with the upcoming legislative session. This session will be like none other, and your connections with local legislators are critical to the work we do. Stay informed by reading your society communications. We'll be bringing you special updates throughout the session, as well as opportunities to be involved, like Advocacy Day, which happens next week. And speaking of Advocacy Day, please consider this my invitation for you to join us next week for our virtual Advocacy Day and mid-year Board of Directors and Members meeting. A virtual format allows for greater participation without travel requirements. So we're hoping to see many new names and faces in attendance, just as we did at the annual meeting in June. Advocacy Day and the legislative visits are an incredible opportunity to actively engage in protecting your profession. Those who register will be invited to meet with legislators from their area and help share CPA perspectives on key issues. You'll get the tools and training before the meetings, and you'll walk away feeling energized and informed about what TXCPA is doing on behalf of CPAs in Texas. We also have some fun planned and some great speakers set up for both Advocacy Day and the mid-year meeting. So you can find the details and register at the link shown here. It's free, though it does cost time, but it is free to register. Both Tuesday and Wednesday will be morning Zoom meetings with opportunities to connect and engage in the conversation. So I'll finish up today with a reminder to stay connected and informed through a variety of tools at TXCPA. Here you'll see the social media channels, as well as the links to TXCPA Exchange and our coronavirus resource page. And finally, TXCPA is a successful and leading advocate for the profession because of you. Our members drive our activities, our programs, and our success. Here's a list of ways that you can make the most of your membership and make an impact. So just by attending today's program, you've shown your initiative and dedication as a leader in the organization. Help us expand on that by sharing your story with students, with colleagues, with legislators, and with your community. Together, we really do make a difference for our profession today and into the future. So again, thank you for allowing me to be here today. And if anyone has questions, I will certainly try to answer them. I'd like to say hi to Mark Lee. Miss Mark, seeing Mark.
So Jared, thank you so much for coming to visit with us. I know when you were chair-elect and I was president-elect, we talked about you coming to Houston to visit us. And I'm glad you didn't have to drive so far.